Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another week of the Lent podcast with
Shona
and with me, Dave. And this week we are again picking up a different theme. Last week was all about Jesus and his friends, but Jesus didn't just spend his whole time hanging out with people who he already knew, hanging out with the people who he was already close with. Oh no, he spent time with all kinds of different people. And this week we're thinking about Jesus and the unlikely people that he spent time with. So Shona, who's our first set of unlikely people?
Well, we are going to be reading the passage today where Jesus is eating with some tax collectors. So Dave, do you want to head over to Matthew 9 and read verses 10 to 13 for us?
Absolutely, I will do. So in those verses it says, "Later, Matthew invited Jesus and his disciples to his home as dinner guests, along with many tax collectors and other disreputable sinners. But when the Pharisees saw this, they asked his disciples, 'Why does your teacher eat with such scum?' When Jesus heard this, he said, 'Healthy people don't need a doctor, sick people do.' Then he added, 'Now go and learn the meaning of this scripture. I want you to show mercy, not offer sacrifices. For I have come not to call those who think they're righteous, but those who know they are sinners.'"
Well, those were some pretty strong words used in those verses, Dave.
Yeah, wow.
Scum, what was it, despicable sinner?
Yeah, disreputable sinner, scum, yeah, it's all there.
That is some strong words. Now, Dave, I've got a question for you.
Ooh.
Have you ever been to the doctors?
Yes.
Did you go to the doctors just to chill out with your doctor, with your GP?
No, that would be really weird.
Why?
Because, I mean, they're busy. I'm busy. Don't have time for that.
I'm sure you go to the doctors just to chill out.
Really? Is that? Do you go to the doctors just to chill out?
No, I don't. I was just asking you the question to get you thinking.
Ah, cool. Fair enough.
To help our listeners at home. Why do you go to the doctors then, Dave?
I go to the doctors when I'm not very well and I need the doctor to help me get better.
Ah, yes. So you see, doctors are there to help us when we're sick. And that helps us, as Jesus said at the end, to understand what he means when he's talking about why he is eating with this tax collector. Now, Jesus was eating with a man called
Matthew,
and Matthew was a
tax collector.
And tax collectors weren't very liked. They weren't liked because people thought that they were greedy and dishonest. And because of this, people didn't really want to spend time with them. So when Jesus spent time with the tax collectors, the people around him were really shocked. And as we've heard, they had no problem in asking Jesus why on earth he was spending time with them. They would have been thinking, he's such a sinner. Why would Jesus spend time with such a horrible man? Well, remember what we just said about doctors?
Yep, we go to them when we're sick, not when we're well.
Jesus is like a doctor because he came to help people who were far away from God because of this thing called sin that's in the world. He came to help them find their way back to God, back to knowing and loving God. So Jesus here is teaching people that this man needs Jesus as much as anyone else. Jesus doesn't have a list of people that he likes and people that he doesn't love, people that he forgives and people that he doesn't forgive. He forgives and loves people, even the people who aren't quite there yet in saying sorry and from turning away from the things that they do that make them far from God. Jesus still loves them. Sometimes it can be really hard to see the good in people. Maybe we've been upset by them or they've upset one of our friends. But my question for you today is there someone that maybe you need to forgive? Or is there someone that you know who may be feeling alone or not liked that you can be really kind to or just let them know that they're loved? Maybe ask someone different to sit next to you at lunch or join in with a game. Or maybe if you're a little bit older, why not ask that person around for a cup of tea or coffee and spend time with them, getting to know them, letting them know that they're valued? That's my questions.
Amazing. That is a really, really good thing to think about today. And I really hope that you'll not just talk about it, but then also find ways to do it during your day.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, that's the end of our episode. We'll be back tomorrow with another unlikely kind of person that Jesus spent time with.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.